Good afternoon. My name is Nandi Buthelezi and I'm grateful and privileged to be hosting the Women's Rugby Roundup for the next 16 weeks. Did you know that women's rugby is the fastest growing sport in the world, and we're super excited to play our part in growing the game. Today is a historic day for women's rugby in South Africa. Women's Rugby Roundup will be the first ever TV program focused on local amateur women's rugby, and this is why it's really significant.
The recognition of women's rugby in South Africa, I know it's growing, but it's quite slow. And I think if we can get our provincial games televised, that on its own would give us so much more than what we're getting currently. I mean, high school rugby boys, they get to be on TV. Like, we've never had that opportunity. We've never even watched the Springbok women on TV. You know, we have to stream them online if you have Wi-Fi. So it's those little things that actually make quite a big impact.
Makes you think, doesn't it? Another good reason to stick with us is that we'll be giving away 75,000 Rand over the next 15 weeks. Every week, 5 lucky viewers will win a MasterCard prepaid card valued at 1,000 Rand. So, don't go away. But now, I'd like to tell you how one of the world's greatest brands decided to not only sponsor the Rugby World Cup, but also the girl next door. In 2019, during the build-up to the spectacular Rugby World Cup in Japan, Dan Carter and Brian Habana, MasterCard Global Brand Ambassadors, were in Johannesburg. MasterCard decided it was time that women playing rugby also be included in the fun. This is what happened.
The growth of women's rugby globally has been absolutely phenomenal.
Forest Rugby Club, there's a women's rugby team there that was formed just a couple of years ago. You need the grassroots without women's sports to be strong.
As women in rugby, we don't get as much support as we need.
You're seen as an outcast, you're seen as not one of the norm.
People be like, nah man, that sport is for men.
We lack the recognition that a man would get.
It's always a strange feeling when it's these price of surprises. You don't know what the reactions are going to be like. Pirates! So good to be here, seriously. It reminds me of my club, Southbridge Rugby Club is where I started my rugby, and this is real grassroots rugby, and it's something so unique and so special, and you're part of the reason that women's sport, women's rugby is so strong, because you need these foundations at grassroots level.
The beauty about rugby especially, I think, is that if we were all the same, rugby would be an unbelievably boring sport.
Brian has talked about that brotherhood, and I can see it here in this room already, that sisterhood. No matter what background or upbringing you've had, it doesn't matter, because you come together and you're all equal and you're the same in this room, because when you're playing in a team, you're one.
Because of rugby, I've learned that broken isn't finished.
Brian, what are you teaching over there?
Because of rugby, I finally believe in my own strength.
Because of rugby, I learned to tackle my fears.
Because of rugby, I've learned not to dwell on mistakes, but to keep moving forward.
Can you even imagine being in that changing room? That really was priceless. Women's Rugby Roundup will focus on the Golden Lions Rugby Union amateur leagues for participating clubs, followed by the First Division provincial tournament. The season begins with inaugural MasterCard Pirates Women's Grand Challenge. The original club tournament, the Jozi Women's Cup, kicked off in 2017 with only 4 teams participating, and the University of Johannesburg walked off with the title. The Golden Lions Rugby Union's hard work around developing women's rugby in South Africa has paid off. Fast forward to 2021, when 12 teams will compete in 2 pools. In Pool A, Pirates, Roodepoort, Saps, Wanderers, University of the Witwatersrand, and Zondi rounds out that group. And in Pool B, Kagiso, Raiders, Soweto Eagles, Tuma Stingers, University of Johannesburg, and finally the Wedella Rugby Club. Welcome back. The women you're going to meet over the next 16 weeks will inspire and delight you. Like you and me, they're everyday women totally committed to their sport, putting their bodies on the line, fierce and not afraid to lean into every tackle.
So much fun to be on that field. The tackling, it's an adrenaline rush that you cannot explain unless you are on that field.
You kind of like fall in love with the tackling. I mean, I hardly pass because I just want to get tackled. So I think that's how I fell in love with the sport, wanting to score points, obviously. And I don't know, the addiction of getting tackled. It's been amazing.
They always say that women shouldn't do this, women shouldn't do that. But I was like, why the hell not? I should do it. If I can, I should.
I joined the team. It was warm. The sisterhood was on point. And you learned like some life values and things that you use in your regular life.
Rugby's fun and it's not hard.
I learned how to tackle, I think, 5 minutes before we went onto the field.
Please cut that.
Yeah. It was a very interesting experience, but I think with all of us, we're all afraid. And then once you take your first tackle, it's like, wow, I can actually do it.
Being tackled is not sore if you tackle properly. Listen to the coaches, it's not dangerous.
And that first day, I scored my first try because I had the speed and I was a bit skinny. So I scored my first try. But this is fun. This is a lot of running. And then the strength was there. So, yeah, since then, I decided to play rugby.
We want to showcase people that this sport, it's not only for guys. It's not only for people who are fit or slim or whatever. You can play it. I'm a mom. I'm even a grandmother and I'm still playing now.
Ever since I started playing rugby, I was tiny, like I was small. So every time, when everyone looks at me, be like, look at that.
It's a sport that caters for every single body shape, body type, length, height, width. It's very diverse and I just love it.
I love wearing makeup. I love looking pretty. And coaches would think you're not taking what you're doing serious. Like, it's not about what you see, it's about how I feel. Because if I feel good, then I will do good. If you've seen me play, you'd understand that my makeup is what makes me tough. Without my makeup, I probably have the worst games of my life.
So much to do, so much to learn, teaches you so much discipline and teaches you so much that you can actually teaches you so many skills that you can implement in real life. So it's an amazing sport. I love it.
I'm not playing rugby to try and prove a point that I can do something that men do. I play rugby because it generally makes me happy.
I think what keeps me coming back is the camaraderie of the sport.
The things that we go through, the things that we do for each other, backing each other up, it teaches you so much about being a community, being with people, and how to also carry yourself.
How do you feel about push-ups, Lele?
I don't know how to do them. I don't know how to come back up. So this part is heavy. So when I go down and I have to come back, it's like, how?
But you're doing it. You're doing it.
I played rugby because she believed in me. She believed in me before I started playing rugby.
Because of my age, I don't know if I'll ever get to the Springboks, but it should be every girl's dream to wear the green and gold, go out there and do it. And I want to see us lift that World Cup soon.
I'm a game changer.
I can push myself to that point that Coach Chanel's going to make me a Springbok.
One day we'll be in the history books.
I'm inviting everybody, grandmothers, mothers, sisters, little girls and old girls. Come and join us. You're going to enjoy this. Come and join us.
I'm not sure about you, but after that, I'm looking forward to exciting, passionate play in the MasterCard Pirates Grand Challenge. But now, it's your chance to win one of 5 prepaid MasterCards valued at 1,000 Rand that we're giving away this week. Here comes the question. When was the first Jozi Women's Rugby Cup played? Is it A, 2015, B, 2017, or C, 2019? SMS the word MasterCard and your answer to 32020. Each SMS costs R1.50 and T's and C's apply. Entries will close on Thursday at midnight, so don't miss out. Mzansi, sometimes with a little perseverance and a little luck, dreams come true. For the Pirates team in 2019, the planets aligned. Let's take a look.
Coming here a few months ago, myself and Dan arrived at the club not knowing these girls, not knowing their story. We started something priceless a few months ago, and you ladies have picked up that baton and put it so far on the map that you're now going to be flying to Dubai. Ladies, you have got your pretty awesome kit. Any questions?
How do we keep motivated?
Being on the offensive helps a lot more than being on the defensive. Seeing it as, what can I do to turn the tables and make this negative into a positive? And you ladies are stronger than you think. You need to find strength in your diversity. When myself and Dan, came here last year, it was the start of something incredibly big.
Yes.
So incredibly.
We won the league, and the wonderful thing is Pirates actually made us Team of the Year,
Which was just incredible.
Then MasterCard came on board and they gave us another priceless surprise by sending us off to Dubai.
And as they step out to that international stage, I honestly think these women are going to use it as a springboard onto greater and bigger things.
Now, for those of you who are inspired to get playing women's rugby, no matter where you are in South Africa, how old you are, how fit you are, or what your current skill level is, this is for you. During lockdown last year, the Golden Lions and Pirates coach, together with a few good friends, put together a 13-part series of women's rugby core skills.
And they're available for anyone that wants to learn more, train better, and improve their skills. The series covers fitness and conditioning, strength, power, speed, agility, catching, passing, kicking, and so much more. You'll find them on YouTube if you look for GLRU Grassroots Women's Rugby Masterclass Series.
Before we wrap up for the week, let me give you some context as to why the 2021 season is so important. If the players shine during the